It's Coot here, nationally best-selling author of You Are the One and The Magic of Surrender. When we look at the world and what is happening on the planet right now, turmoil, wars, bombing, it's easy to judge. It's easy to blame. It's easy to point the finger. But what we have to realize is the world that we see out here is simply a mirror manifestation of the collective consciousness of the totality of all 8 billion plus of us combined. The world we see out here in the form of presidents and prime ministers and wars and missiles and fighting and all of the conflict is simply a projection of the collective belief system, feelings, emotions, energy, and consciousness of all of us as human beings combined. There is no world out here. The world out here is a reflection of the totality of all of us in here. You can't bring peace in the world if there's no peace inside, because the world that we see is a mirror manifestation of ourselves. So if we are serious, because you can't change Iran and you can't change Israel and you can't change the president, but what each of us can do is look inside and ask ourselves this question: what is the world reflecting to me about myself? Where am I in conflict within myself? Who have I not forgiven in my life? How do we expect the world to change when maybe we're still holding a grudge to our sister and we have not dared or spoken to our brother or sister for 15 years or 5 years? But we want Trump to change, we want Iran to change, but we won't pick up the phone. And that's not to say that, you're gonna be friends with everyone or everyone's gonna be in your house. Some people are a bit crazy, some people are toxic, so you don't need to not honor yourself by putting yourself in dangerous situations. But what we can do within ourselves is look within ourselves and ask ourselves, what is the world reflecting to me about myself? Where am I in conflict? What do I need to heal? What's the division inside? Who have I not made peace with? So that we can actually do our part. What pain, what hurt, what shame, what unresolved traumas am I carrying deep down that is rotting and affecting the very depth of my own being? Because when we can heal that, when we can clear ourselves, when we can free ourselves, when we can transform ourselves, our consciousness becomes light and expansive, our vibration shifts, because there's less stuff inside of us. What you end up projecting out here, even unintentionally, will change. And if you heal and I heal and she heals and he heals and we all do that inner healing, then we will shift our vibration. We will do our part in shifting the energy of the planet that will create a different reflection that will then affect the planet as a whole. Because the truth is, we're all one, we're all interconnected. The shift that happens in you happens in me. The shift that happens in Brazil and Taipei and the Amazon forest affects the molecular structure of the other parts of the world. So the real conflict is not simply out here. The real conflict is in here. And now as a humanity, we are in a time of quantum awakening and quickening. People think that awakening is easy. People think that awakening is all love and light. People think that awakening is all unicorns and incense. But the process of awakening is a profound process of having to confront, having to see, having to face all of the parts of you that you have suppressed. The process of awakening is the courage to go inside and face your shadow, and face your shame, and face your darkness, and face your unresolved traumas, and face your hurt, and face your lies, and face your secrets. And the process of awakening starts happening when all of that stuff that you suppressed in the shadow or the depths of your psyche, you bring them up to conscious awareness and the light of conscious awareness for you to see. What do I really believe? Oh, that doesn't sound too nice. That doesn't look too pretty. For you to see, for you to hold, for you to question, for you to let go, for you to release, and for you to love. To be able to love those parts of you that are dark and that you're ashamed of. To be able to love those parts of you that you suppress so deeply. This is healing, and this is the part of awakening. And that's why I say right now, humanity, we as a whole, are in the greatest time of spiritual awakening that the world has ever seen. But we are in a quickening where all of the stuff that we have suppressed for so long in the depth of the psyche, of the collective consciousness of the planet, is coming up. And it's not pretty, but we're being faced with it. We're being forced to see it. We are in the process of awakening. We are no longer asleep. And it looks like the world is going crazy. It looks like everything is falling apart. It looks like everything's got the shit in the handbasket. No, It's just that before that, we suppressed it so deep, we were in denial. We suppressed it so deep and we tried to pretty everything up and pretend. But now, because I think more of us have an intention to heal, more of us are becoming conscious, all of the stuff that has been unconscious is rising to the surface of humanity as a whole for us to see, to shift, to embrace, to heal, and transform. I hope you enjoyed this short video. Please share it with anyone in your life that you feel would benefit. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.